Good morning, people of God. We thank the Lord for another day of witnessing His marvelous creation. We thank the Lord that we have another day to spend within the four corners of our house. We love to have vacation from or break from our routine, and God is giving us this time. Others they call it a staycation. Others they call it coronacation, and still others they call it pandemication. But I want to remind you all that our home is not a jail. Uh, Rather, it is a place for us to be safe from being infected of this virus. So we thank the Lord for giving us another day to witness His marvelous creation. So, idleness, it is the work of our adversary. And if we are idle and we are free of, or we are not doing anything, that is the chance that the adversary is taking for us to commit the sin. So as much as possible, we avoid to be idle, we avoid those occasions of sin. So I come up with 10 tips on how to make our days productive. So let's start this 10 tips on how to do or to be productive in during this time. First is you start the day with a prayer. How many of us are still praying before leaving their bed? Or at least make a sign of the cross before leaving the bed. Because as we all know, some they just went to sleep in the night and they are not able to wake up the following day, and so that's the end of their life. So at least we have to make it a point as much as possible every single day, especially during this time that we are really in dire need of prayer, that we have to have at least start the day with a prayer. We make the sign of the cross, we pray. How about praying the devotional prayers like the rosary? How many of us are doing that, especially this time? Devotions like 2000 Hail Marys, the practical ones. How many of us are still doing or praying the grace before meals and the grace after meals? Hopefully by quarantine we are being reminded to do that, because in our daily life we tend to forget about that because we are too preoccupied of so many things in life. And so that's the first point, to start the day with the prayer. Of course, we have to pray once again before retiring at night, to offer everything to God and to let Him to leave everything to His care, for we don't know what will happen the next day. The second tip I want to give you, for this is no gadget day. We've been in jail or attached to our gadgets. They've been our constant companion everywhere we go. At least for a day, we we detach ourselves from this, and thereby we're having less stress because we don't update us with what is going on in the world, at least for a day. So that is the second point, no gadget day. Third tip on how to spend your day productive: to declutter. So we are always busy. We always complain of not having time to do these things, and so God is giving us this time to declutter our stuff. Like as they say, if you have clothes that you have not used for the past 6 months, that means those clothes are no longer yours but of others. So we have to give it out or send it back to the Philippines so that they love your pre-loved stuffs. That's a third point, decluttering. The fourth is do challenges like we've been gaining for the past month within this quarantine time. We've been gaining we exceeded our BMIs because we'd been eating a lot for the past 1 month. And so let's challenge ourselves for the fourth tip on how to do this. To challenge ourselves, like no rice for at least for the next 30 days, no alcohol, no sugar. All right, those things are simple yet really challenging. The next point is to enroll to free online courses. Institutions all over the world knew that people are kind of free nowadays. Okay, so they offer this free online courses, so you can grab that opportunity to learn something new and add it to the skills that you will be using in the future. The sixth tip on how to be productive during these days is for those fitness fanatics. For those fitness fanatics, you can do dance, you can do Zumba, those routines in the gym to be fit for life. So since we are not able to go out, so we can just do our routine inside the house. We can still perspire and detox ourselves by doing so. So that's the sixth one, to do Zumba, dance, and gym. The seventh is, why not try cooking healthy recipes? Cooking does not necessarily mean spending much for the ingredients. Cooking does not necessarily be expensive, but it has to be from the heart. So we can cook a very simple dish with minimal expenses, but still your family will love it because you cook it with so much love. The main ingredients that you are putting to the food that you are cooking is much love. The eighth tip on how to spend your time productive during this time is gardening. In doing so, we are connecting ourselves with nature. There are those people who are gifted with green thumb, as what they call it. With bearing trees, those plants that are blooming after some time. So gardening can be a therapeutic activity that you can do during this time, and connecting yourself with nature. All right. The next is to catch up with your readings. You've been busy all these days doing their job, but we don't rarely have time to catch up with our reading. So this is now the time to do that. Others, for those who are fond of watching movies, they can do movie marathon during this time, so that they catch up with their series and the movies that they really love, they've been dying to watch for. All right. 10th one is self-reflection. How are we going to do that? We have to keep in touch with our inner selves. So we are always preoccupied of providing for our physical needs, but we always tend to forget about our inner core. If you are still connected, or we're still in the right path of our Creator. So we spend time productive by doing these 10 steps. First is to start the day with a prayer. Second is no gadget day. Third is to declutter. Fourth, do challenges. Do challenges. The fifth is to enroll to free online courses. Sixth is for those fitness fanatics, to do dance, Zumba, or gym routines. Seventh is to try cooking healthy recipes. Eight is gardening. 9 is catching up with your readings or watching movies. And the last and but not the least, doing self-reflection or connecting ourselves once again with our core. So with this 10 tips that I was able to come up with during this time. Hopefully your days will be productive, and we don't allow our adversary to take advantage of this time to be idle, because as we said, um, idleness is the workplace of our adversary. So thank you once again for watching, guys, and stay safe and stay home. Till next time, God bless. Adios.